This week I'm in Helsinki, Finland, so you'd probably assume that I'm flying today with Finnair, but instead I'm trying a regional jet. Now I'm a big fan of these aircraft, particularly Embraer's E-Series, but their big competition of course comes from Airbus in the form of the A220. So I'm flying on board one of these fantastic new aircraft down to Riga in Latvia with Air Baltic. Let's go and see what it's like. Welcome to Break Edgington Airborne, let's get going.
Opened in 1952, Helsinki Airport is about 10 miles away from the city itself and features two terminals. My trip today begins at Terminal 1. The check-in area is a pleasant enough space, but at this early hour it was pretty quiet, so I headed straight through security to explore the rest of the terminal. Security itself was very efficient, and soon enough I was airside ready to see what was on offer for departing passengers. Unfortunately, when your flight leaves before 6 AM, the answer's not much, as the majority of shops and restaurants were yet to open. You could however grab a hot dog for breakfast if that's how you like to start your day. I must say I did enjoy the design of the terminal overall though, and I wouldn't hesitate to connect through Helsinki on future flights.
So that's a quick look around Helsinki Airport Terminal 1, and I quite like it actually. The design of the terminal certainly caught my eye. It's just a bit of a shame that not much is open this early hour in the morning. So with not much to do in here, let's head out to the aircraft and make our way to Latvia.
Now I'll be honest, getting up for these early flights is a struggle sometimes, particularly after 3 hours sleep like I had on this trip, but as the sun comes up offering views that you can only see from an aircraft, I'm reminded why I love my hobby and sharing it with you. By the way, I do post images and updates on my social media accounts of some of my favourite travel moments as they happen, so be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. But enough staring out the window for now, let's take a look at the Air Baltic economy class experience. This Airbus A220 is one of 20 that Air Baltic have in their fleet, and let's begin by saying that this aircraft is my favourite regional jet. The cabin design is superb with LED lighting throughout, plenty of space in the overhead lockers for luggage, and huge windows offering fantastic views of the world below. I'm also a big fan of the screens fitted throughout the cabin, which offer information such as a route map to help you track your journey. Of course, as you'd expect from a modern jet, there are reading lights and cool air vents fitted too. Even the toilets are nicely designed and surprisingly spacious. Air Baltic are a low-cost airline and, like their competitors, offer a range of snacks and drinks to purchase in flight. They do, however, also offer passengers the chance to pre-order meals before departure, and I paid around €10 for a baguette which came with a muesli bar and juice. It was very fresh and tasted perfectly nice, although I did regret not ordering the pancakes instead.
Breakfast out of the way, it's time to take a look at the seat that you can expect to find if you choose to travel with Air Baltic on the A220.
Much like the rest of the aircraft, the seat design on the A220 is impressive and one of my personal favourites. At the top of the seat is your literature pocket, which is where you'll find your A220 safety card and the in-flight magazine Baltic Outlook, and on the left is a coat hook should you need it. The tray table itself is slightly different to what you might find on other Airbus aircraft, for example. You'll see that it does offer some adjustment and can be brought closer to you, but the support for the table, rather than being positioned on the sides in the way of your knees, is placed in the centre, meaning you have improved leg space. There is a drawback to this seat though, and unfortunately that's the storage. All you're provided with are two small pouches, which as you can see are just about big enough for my power bank. Back to the positives though, and that is the legroom available, with a very generous amount of space on offer, making for a very comfortable flight. So we've seen what the Air Baltic onboard experience is like, but where can you fly if you want to try it for yourself? Well, from Air Baltic's main base in Riga, the airline flies to over 70 destinations, many of which are in Europe, but you can also fly with the airline to Russia and even Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. The A220 is of course the backbone of the fleet, and Air Baltic's Boeing 737 aircraft are due to be phased out very soon.
Very quick flight this morning. It's now time to land. Make sure to stick around till the end of the video for my final thoughts on the Air Baltic experience, but for now, let's enjoy the sunrise. So we're here in Riga, Latvia after that flight with Air Baltic, and here is of course where I share with you my final thoughts on today's experience. Starting off in Helsinki, I did like the airport overall. I like the architecture and design of it. It just was a bit of a shame that not much was open before 5 AM, which was when my flight boarded, so I'll have to visit again at some point, but what I saw was nice. And then we come to the aircraft itself and the flight with Air Baltic, and it was very impressive. Now this is actually the first flight I've taken with Air Baltic, but it'll be the second video of an Air Baltic A220 flight you see on this channel, simply because I wanted to put the longer flight, I could put a bit more detail into the video out first. But I have to say, based on what I saw today, I'm really excited for what for me is the next one and for you is the previous one. The aircraft is fantastic, the seat is a beautiful design, legroom was very good as well, and the crew from Air Baltic, they were very professional, incredibly friendly, and the snack that I had on board was great as well, but it was only a quick flight. So again, I'm really excited to enjoy it a little bit longer on a flight to Gatwick, which again, there'll be a link to on the screen now, you might have seen it before. Do tune in to that video if you haven't already, and all my videos by hitting the subscribe button below and the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. And if you have any feedback, leave that for me in the comment section below. Most of all, take care.